What is up, dudes? Lady dudes, welcome back to Just Nuts, guys. Today, I'm doing a little talk, a little excitement for this one specific, very underrated card that I feel like could be way better than a lot of people think it will be. That card is Bang Poline, at least that's the name we have translated at the moment. It's coming in Chaos Impact. We are still, I think, a little bit away here. When does this come out? Hold on just a dang minute. Let me see. Release date. English, October 25th. Okay, so we're like 5 weeks away. We're less than a month and a half away. Nope, that's not what I wanted. We're less than a month and a half away from getting this set, so I know I'm a little bit early on this. But this is a card that we already know the 80 cards that we're getting for the OCG in this set. We don't know what the 20 TCG exclusive cards will be, but we know this card. And this is like one of the weird cards that I'm excited for. I think this card is so cool. If you don't know what this card does, it's a continuous trap where you activate this card by targeting, choosing an unused monster zone, and then if an effect monster is special summoned to that chosen zone, you can return both the monster in that zone and this card to the hand. You know that you can, but you have to. It's the required effect. So, what I think this card is that I think placed correctly against a strategy that does use pendulum summoning, or not pendulum summoning, but link summoning, really messes with their arrows and really messes them up. I mean, you just think about a guard dragon play, and you hit that, I guess the way you're facing it, the left side where LP is going to go every single time. They can't go LP because they know it's going to get bounced. Another thing is, I'm not sure if you can choose an extra monster zone for this as well. Maybe it'll translate differently, but I'm curious if you could literally go first, summon something in the extra monster zone, and then on your opponent's turn activate this targeting the extra monsters, the other one, so that as long as you protect the monster in your zone, you're essentially like pseudo extra linking your opponent. If they go to the extra monster zone, it's getting bounced immediately. And one thing, the other thing I love about this card is that it bounces itself and the monster back to hand. They summon an extra deck monster, that goes away, but you also get this back to hand. You can reset again next turn and re-mess with their board again following turns to come. I really think this card is just underrated, and I'm surprised the OCG hasn't really seen this card be played at all. I think it could be so good. I mean, you mess with Orcus and the way they play, you mess with Sally's because they have to summon Mirage Stalio under the Banelinks, under the Sunlight Wolf, right there below, and Guard Dragons are probably the ones that you can punish the most off of this, and I just think it's spicy. I think it's good. I think it's really, really strong, and I don't know. This is just the one card that's has no synergy. I guess it could have synergy with certain decks, but it's a card that is just kind of the generic trap. I mean, last set it was Get Out, but Get Out was a little more straightforward. You read Get Out one time and you're like, oh yeah, that's a good card. I'm not sure it'll be amazing in all formats. Depends what kind of control decks are around, and if everything puts two monsters on from the extra deck on the board. But it's way more straightforward. This one's a little more convoluted. You really need to think about in what situations would this card be good. It's also a quick play, or it's also a continuous trap. So, any kind of removal, and once you flip it up, if you do make a mistake and choose the wrong zone at the wrong time, you can very well be punished for playing this early. So it is a card that promotes skill, which I enjoy as well. But I think the ceiling for this card is through the roof, completely ending link turns against decks that need the link summon. Again, I really don't know if we can do this to an extra monster zone. If you can, that's spicy. That's so spicy. Especially going first. Going second, this card is obviously not as good. If a deck that sets up board has already set up their board and you're not able to crack it to force them to have to extend next turn, then this card doesn't really do much for you after that. But maybe it's a side deck card. I don't know. Going first against certain link strategies. Maybe it's a main deck card for certain decks. I don't know. I really don't know yet, but it's a card I'm really intrigued by. I'm really excited to use and see if it can be any kind of good in the future. But that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm trying to think, but there's really not much to say about this card. We don't really know. We haven't really seen much about it. The OCG, I guess, I haven't seen much about the OCG in this card. But I think it's a card to keep on your radar, a card that you should probably pick up a playset of when the set comes out. I kind of want this to just be like a super rare, so it won't be crazy expensive, but it will be a nice rarity, because I think it's just one of those random cards that deserves to be a super rare. I think it's good enough to be a super rare in the core sets. So we'll see. We'll see, guys. Definitely throw your thoughts down below if you share my same opinion on this card. If you think this card's really dope. If you don't, let me know if you think it's terrible. But I think it's really, really cool. Let me know down below, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, subscribe to the channel for more stuff from me in the future, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.